What's up, everybody, and welcome back to All the Things Sort of Truth, the chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sort of Truth series with a prison pit of craft brew on the side.
Well,
I mean, I guess it beats a prison wallet.
Okay.
Drum roll, please. I'm Nate.
And I'm Jade. And we are going to be getting into chapter 26 of Stone of Tears today.
That's right, we are. But first, I wanted to say that this episode is brought to you by our patrons. Thank you guys for being fucking awesome and, supporting us doing this thing. We appreciate the hell out of you. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we really appreciate you all being a part of our little community. So getting right into this chapter, Queen Cirilla is narrating for the first time. We've never heard her voice before, but we have heard of her.
Right. We know that she is Kahlan's half-sister.
Yes, and she's got a brother.
Yeah, Harold.
So she is not in a great situation right off the bat. She's being marched down a corridor by Prince Fyren and his men. She's pretty terrified. She knows she can't really fight or do shit about it. She's just kind of helpless at this point.
Along for the ride.
The only thing she can kind of hope at this point is that she's not going to be stuck in a cell with rats, because she doesn't like rats. And you know what? Don't really blame her.
No?
No.
You don't like rats, Jade?
I feel like we've talked about this before. Also, I always feel like my brain always goes, do you know that scene in Fast and Furious where the guy...
I know the one.
Isn't it Bobby?
Yeah, it's
from
Bobby from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, he gets the rat in the bucket on his chest. There's a fire. Ugh, no.
Rats gotta go somewhere,
Yeah,
Jade.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. I mean, it's a good scene, but yeah, it's kind of gross to think about.
Yeah, that's where my brain goes. So, nope, not about that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be thrilled about it either. I don't really hate rats. I could have a rat as a pet, I think. I guess I'm not much of a rodent pet fan.
No.
I just mean, I would prefer a dog or a cat, something like that. Rats are not the ideal pet for me, but I think that I could handle having one and not hate it.
I might have to get emotionally attached before I said yes to something like that. I don't know. It'd be rough. It'd be rough.
Fair. No, I mean, same. I don't know that I would instantly be like, that's my fucking rat right there. But,
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Not in a prison cell, though.
No.
No, hell no.
Cirilla had come to Aedendril to demand the Council of the Midlands help Gallia. Gallia?
Gallia. Oh, no, I asked that question, I think, and I was given a resounding answer. It's Gallia. But every time I look at that word, it's Gallia.
Yeah, okay. So Cirilla had come to Aedendril to demand the Council of the Midlands help Gallia from Kelton.
You put a bit of an accent on that last one there.
Yeah. A supposed ally that was planning an invasion. A coup. Right? That's the right use of that word?
A coup?
Yeah. They stage an attack to, take over.
A coup is more political.
I mean, it's kind of political.
I
They're
feel
trying to
like
take over
this
the country,
is
right?
War shit that they're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I figured, they're trying to take over. Kill the queen. It's political, right? I don't know. Whatever.
Well, I think that's an invasion.
Yeah. All right. So, she had been warned to leave Aedendril by Lady Bevenvere. I'm sorry, I read this. It's really hard when you're reading this word, her name.
Yeah.
When you hear it, it makes sense. And when you read it, it does not.
I'm looking at the word right now, and it looks wrong. And it's not. That's how it's spelled, but it looks wrong.
Yeah, it looks bad. But we know this bitch, okay? This chick who came up to Queen Cirilla is the servant of Lady Karen. Do we remember her? We remember her.
Nobody forgets Lady Karen.
Yeah. So, Jeb is now in the employ of the Rawl family. She has been upgraded to lady and not just a servant. So Lady Karen's servant is now Lady Bevanvir.
See, gotcha.
She is no longer lowly Jeb with the scullery maid outfit or whatever the hell she was wearing. Now she's the lady with the robes, and she's come up in life as a raw employee. Because remember, Zed gave her that big old bag of coins.
Yeah.
And he obviously sent her to Aidendrill. I think we knew she was going to go there, but we didn't know why. That was our last info on this situation.
Right.
So Jeb told the queen that she had a vision that something terrible was going to happen, so she should probably take the fuck off, leave Aidendrill, stay safe. Obviously, the queen didn't listen, because she's in the prison. She thought that this lady was a grifter, so she just blew her off.
Yeah, and I mean, it does say that those kinds of people were common, and you eat it, hook, line, and sinker, because magic does exist here.
Yeah.
That's the thing that crossed my mind. There's a lot of grifters, and they're taking money from people, but at the same time, there's nothing saying that it couldn't actually be a magic person with, like, abilities, because wizards and dragons and, like, underworld stuff. So...
Because we've run into quite a few.
Yeah.
Also, we know that there's no wizards, right? But there is a wizard's keep here in Aidendrill.
Right.
So, somebody's maybe there?
Yeah, well, just the fact that there's a wizard's keep at all.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume, if I was not from the city, I would assume there's, like, shit in there.
Wizards.
Yeah. During the war with Dahara, the members of the council that had refused to swear allegiance to, Darkin, they were all murdered and replaced with people. They were all murdered and...
I'm sorry. Those hand chops were awesome. I was like, how is that person dying right now, Jade? That was like a...
In the neck.
Was that a judo chop?
In the neck.
Okay. All right. Judo chop, murder, death. Got it.
And they were replaced with puppets of Darkenrall.
People that would do what he wanted them to do.
Right. Kahlan told us about this in the first book. She was like, I gotta go. And took off. Suddenly, the war was over. This is the beginning of this book. And Cirilla suspected that Darkenrall had been assassinated. That's what she's thinking happened, which, did. The members of the council who were complicit with Dahara were apparently arrested and replaced again, leaving the Midlands back in the hands of its own people. I don't know how the fuck she would know that. But now, the timeline is a little fuzzy, because she's talking like it's been a while now.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think she would know, because she's a queen. It's kind of her business to know. If the bad guy was just assassinated, they have guys that will run across the country to deliver a message, the next day, if need be. Depending on the size of the country, he might, tag another guy and, carry it the rest of the way, but I think she would know.
Okay, that makes sense. Runners and all that shit. Sending news across the lands and all that. Okay, I get that, maybe. I guess that was my only thing. It seemed like so far we've only gone a little ways out from Darkenrall's death, and so for the news to have been spreading throughout the land like that, it has to have been a couple weeks.
Oh,
a month,
Well, maybe en masse, but, gossip spreads.
Yeah, okay.
People talk. Now, that wouldn't mean anything in the sense of, kings and queens. It's just the general public knowledge, but... Yeah, no, I think if something like that happened, she would have known instantly. So it might be, a week or so. Of course, this is from when Darkenrall died, so end of the last book. So how long has that been? Because I think that's about the timeline.
That's what I'm saying. The beginning of this book and Darkenrall's death is kind of the same thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
But Jeb has made it to Aidendrill. So... it's at least however long the fuck that takes. Queen Cirilla was pretty confident when she got to Aidendrill because she knew she had an ally on the council. Kahlan being her half-sister and all.
Right. Family.
But they're not allies because of that whole thing, nepotism or whatever. You're not allowed to do that. Kahlan's not down for that shit.
Right. They could probably get away with it if they wanted to, but they're just better people than that. So that's not what it's about.
Right. They both support peace and unity and are just stand-up chicks. So they're allies. Yeah.
I don't think Kahlan speaks that way.
No, you don't think so?
I don't think stand-up chicks is something she does.
No, I mean, she probably doesn't, but I think it's fun sometimes to talk that way. So, they don't really consider themselves family because Kahlan is a confessor, and confessors are only blood to confessors, you know. She's told us that before, too. Like, her sisters, who aren't her sisters, were her sisters.
Wait. Yes.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
You got it.
No, you got it, yeah. I followed.
The interesting thing for me is that Cirilla never resented Kahlan's mom for the shit with her dad. Because her mother, the cheating wife of this man, explained very clearly what happened. Like, it's a very interesting dynamic. She's like, that was my husband that this bitch stole, but I also was cheating on him, so it's cool. So I'm going to just, like, explain how super stand-up women confessors are to my kids.
Did she explain that she was also, like, cheating and not really in love with this guy?
I don't think she did. It seems implied that Queen Berdine just took this, like, saintly route of being like, confessors are actually just a benefit to the people, and we have to serve them the way they serve. You know, she took that route instead of being like, I didn't like your dad anyways, so it was cool.
Yeah. Well, that would, like, that could really fuck with your kids' heads, I would imagine.
To be fair, she was gonna die otherwise, so she was caught with her pants down, so the king was gonna be like, off with your head!
Oh, yeah, so did her a favor then.
Yeah, Kahlan was like, I got you. Not Kahlan, it wasn't Kahlan, sorry. Kahlan's mom was like, I got you. Save your ass, take the cheating man away, I'm gonna have a strong baby, win-win-win. So when Cirilla was growing up, the confessors were a mysterious group to her because she never really knew a whole lot or got to see them. Like, she never got to interact with Kahlan or her mom or any of them.
Right. They weren't raised together like regular sisters. They were raised separately.
And Cirilla has this thought like, oh, we may have loved each other or at least respected each other, but we couldn't show it. And it seemed to me like that was a thought that Cirilla was having. Like, she's desperately like, we loved each other. We did. We just couldn't show it. She couldn't show it. She couldn't tell me that she loved me. It's fine. Like, she seems very desperate for that sisterly bond that she didn't get. Kahlan obviously got that. So she's probably like, whatever.
Right. Well, I mean, Kahlan got that elsewhere.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, maybe Kahlan felt the same way. Maybe this is just Cirilla thinking this is just the way it is.
Yeah, that could be. Like, her mom told her whatever she told her, and so she's like, they're serious little bitches.
Yeah.
Because they have to be. Like, because they're good, but, like, they have to be serious. You know what I have to be serious about?
What's that?
A beer break.
Okay.
I think
Twist my arm, I guess so.
I think it's time for one.
Okay.
This week we are drinking Old Fashioned Lemonade IPA from Evil Twin Brewing. It's an India Pale Ale with lemon added. We've been having a lot of those lately. Just pretty simple ingredients, but to the most amount of flavor possible. And it's been working out. I like that formula.
Yeah.
Wow. Try that one on for size.
What's the wow for?
It's just like you just gotta be there, man. Try it. You'll get the wow. I feel like you will.
Okay. It's a 7%. Yeah, I think they did a really good job on this one. Oh, I actually didn't realize that Evil Twin Brewing is definitely not a Michigan beer.
You know, our last one wasn't either.
So.
That was straight up from Colorado.
That's true.
I think we've broken the Michigan barrier at this point. Everything that is available in our area, we've pretty much tried. I mean, there are more. I know this, but I think it's not a bad thing to just extend